All right, if you are someone out there who is looking for a great scalping strategy, one that you can use no matter the actual contract you're trading when it comes to the future markets, okay? Maybe some of you trade like the MES, which is the micro E-mini S&P, the E-mini NASDAQ, GC, crude oil, which is CL. There are a variety of different contracts you can trade within the future markets. And today I'm going to share with you the strategy that you can use no matter which one of those contracts that you're interested in trading, okay? Again, there are so many or variety of different contracts, instruments you can trade within these markets, okay? And it works just as well on Forex, options. It doesn't matter because you have to understand this. Supply and demand trading is universal. It means it works on different markets. The strategy and how I trade is very simple. Nothing complex about it. This is how I go about and making money every single day. This is my livelihood. So I'm going to share with you just a quick synopsis of what to do, what to look for. So get a pen and pad right now and let's jump into it. We're going to look at some setups off the NASDAQ 100 futures as well the ES, okay? So first and foremost, like today, I'm going to share with you there was an opportunity, for a long position off of this demand zone. So what you've got to grasp and understand when it comes to this scalping strategy is what is the market doing when we look at the charts, meaning what is the ultimate direction in which it is moving. If it is bullish, then we only need, which means that we're trending into the upside, means we only need to be looking for areas where there are demand zones, okay? And if it's trending to the downside, look for setups to where you have supply zones, okay? Aggressive areas of buying, that's going to be demand zones. Aggressive areas of selling, those are going to be supply zones, okay? Again, this is universal and it works no matter the actual market that you're looking at. So we are right here on the NASDAQ futures, okay? As you can see that we have right here a very bullish channel to the upside until we get about right here. And then what we have is a bearish leg to the downside. So this is a short-term bearish trend or bearish directional shift to the downside right here before it turns back around and it breaks above this high right here. This is what's classified as a major area of structure. So when the market is moving to the upside and we're trending and we're very bullish, at some point it's going to make an ultimate high, a major high. And then what it would do is going to fold back to the downside where it starts making, lows, lower highs, lows, lower highs, and breaking lower. And then it may stop and make its final low attempt, which is going to be a low here. So you'll have where you have the market makes a major high and a major low right here, okay? So this right here would be a breaker structure coming lower. This right here will be another breaker structure coming lower. So you'll have areas where where the market will make minor areas of structure. Those are going to be areas in between a swing, okay? In between the leg coming to the downside and maybe some shifts of market structure back to the upside. So above here will be a minor area structure above this point here, above this point here, and then eventually it takes out this major high right here. What I like to do is look for, and I tell people who are beginner traders, if you have a hard time trading the minor areas of structure in between two major points, a major high and a major low, then look to scalp it going to the upside once the market breaks above that major high, okay? Or maybe it will make higher highs and higher lows back to the upside, create a bit of structure, and then come back down and take out this low right here, which is a major low. Then you can look to go short. So you need to see it either take out a major high or a major low, okay? Now, as the market continues moving to the upside, now that we've broken structure here, we make a high, a higher low, a breaker structure above this high here. And if the market was to come back, say, for example, right here, this would be a demand area in which you could take a trade going long to the upside. Demand setup. So this is aggressive buying. This is also a high probability setup because we have an imbalance or gap resting back at this zone. The market breaks structure. Here's another breaker structure to the upside. We just took out this high to make a new high right here. Market pulls back as it's moving to the downside right here, and then it breaks another area structure above this high here, okay, and make a new high. Now, this is going to be a demand area right here. It's aggressive buying. The market pulls back to it. I mark up these zones the moment the price breaks and makes a new high above an area structure. Broke here, that's a new high. Mark the demand zone. Pushes up, pulls back, breaks higher, breaks above this high here. This is a demand zone. So every time it's breaking structure to the upside, I will mark up my my demand zones on a higher base chart. That's simply pretty much in a nutshell what I'm looking for. Now, I like to see, and I almost 99% of the time, I want to have a high probability zone. And you may be asking, what does that mean? That is simply where we have an imbalance, a gap, a fair value gap, whatever you want to call it, resting back at the actual demand or supply zone. Okay, there must be a gap. The imbalance basically means that, okay, the market pushed up quick enough. The institutions were really persuading the market to push higher with, putting on tons of orders. Okay, and the market pushes very quickly to the upside. So when they get back to this area, they may need to finish out transacting some orders that they have on the books. Okay, so if the market was to come back to this zone here, this could be a valuable opportunity to actually continue going to the upside and look for opportunity to go long. So this is a breaker structure, but this high here, it comes back to this area right here. And what does it do? We mark up the demand zone, and then the last part in the strategy, the scalping strategy, and how I trade is all I do is move down to a lower chart. So some of you may trade time-based charts, right? Maybe you're using like a 15-minute and a 5-minute, or a 60-minute and a 5-minute, the 5-minute being your entry chart, right? For me, I'm using range bar charts. On the NASDAQ futures, I'm using 120 range chart as my higher base to depict a bias, the sentiment, the trend within the market. You need to start with a higher chart to determine which way is it trying to move. I'm not saying take the trades from there, but you can mark up your zones like I do off my higher chart. And then as the market is starting to retrace back to a zone, I'll keep my eye on the lower base chart. Once it taps into the zone on my lower entry chart, for me on the NASDAQ futures, it's going to be the 24 range. I will look to see a market structure shift where it creates a bullish momentum move to the upside, where we have a nice area where it creates demand. We'll trace back to that area of demand on my lower chart, and then I'll look for an opportunity to go long. Like this right here. This is a valid demand zone right here. So if the market was to retrace back right here where this blue line is at, and it's coming back to it off the higher chart, I would mark it up on the higher chart. As it's coming back to it on my lower chart, I will look for the market to basically do this right here. I'm going to show you as an example. Gets back to the zone, make a high, higher low, have a market structure shift, and then come back to maybe this area right here where there's demand at. That's demand. It broke structure at a high, or off of a high probability higher chart demand zone, and then it gets to the lower chart, and then we got this market structure shift to the upside, comes back, taps the area of demand on the lower chart. I'm going long because the market direction or sentiment is long to the upside. It's bullish. Okay, so that's what, in looking at the NASDAQ futures, a few examples of setups. Okay, so let's go to the ES right quick, because a lot of people trade the E-mini S&P 500. We'll switch over right now. Okay, so this right here is a bearish trend to the downside, very bearish to the downside. We had the market coming down, making lows, lower highs, breaking below major low, lows, lower highs, breaking more structure, coming to the downside. And then we make this low right here. And then from there, we've got this bullish run to the upside right there. You see it? And we start to break structure as we move to the upside. All right. So we're taking out structure above this high, this high, this high, this high. So we got multiple shifts within the market where it's taking out and making new highs. Okay. Push up, pull back, broke this high, made a new high. Comes back. And this right here is actually a little major high. It's a major high right there because we've got a bullish run to the upside, and it comes down and makes lows, lower highs. You know, comes down, lows, lower highs, lows, and then it goes back up there and takes out the structure here. So now we're moving bullish to the upside. Okay. So what I do is once we transition or start to form a bullish trend or channel back to the upside, is I start to look for, again, mark up my demand zones, okay? Because now we're bullish to the upside after making this bearish run down. All right, highs, higher lows. It breaks up above this high here as it moves to the upside. When it comes back to this demand zone right here, a valid high probability demand zone, I mark it up prior to it even coming back to it, okay? Because I know I identified it. It broke structure here, okay? It comes back to it. I'll mark that up. So when the market taps into that zone, what I'll do is I'll move down once again on my 60 range chart. This is my higher chart that I use trading the mini S&P 500, the ES. I will move down, and some of you may trade the micro futures, okay, just as well. Okay, it works on micro futures as well. Now, when the market gets back to the zone or is retracing back, I'll scale down or move down to my lower chart for the micro ES or the E-mini S&P 500. I'm looking at a 12 range chart. Okay, so I'll move down to my 12 range as it's retracing back. Once it taps and fills the gap back at the zone, again, I'm looking for this type of movement right here. Okay, we tap the higher base zone. All right, are we going to reject off of it? If it makes a high, higher low, pulls back, starts breaking structure, meaning we have market structure shift back to the upside. Then I'm looking for a pullback on my lower chart, okay, my 12 range chart, back to a high probability demand zone on the lower chart. Now we have confluence. We've got higher range confluence with lower range confluence, both of them at demand areas, okay? I want to move with the directional shift or movement to the upside on the charts, okay? So it comes back to the demand zone on, let's say, that the lower chart, the 12 range, rejects. I'm going along back to the upside, okay? So then let's say it goes to the upside here. It takes out that high right there. We broke structure above this high, and now it makes a new high here. Guess what? We have a demand zone resting right here, right here. This is a demand zone. And if you look to the left-hand side, there are imbalances or gaps that the market is probably going to try to fill as it starts to take out, areas moving higher. So it comes back to this zone right here, taps into it. Oh, well, prior to, we got this demand area, aggressive buying to the upside. I mark it up on my higher chart. Then, again, I scale down, taps into it on the higher range. On a lower range chart, I'm just looking for, again, that market structure shift back to the upside. If we got a shift where it's making highs, higher lows, takes out a high, breaks structure to the upside, and it comes back and it taps into a valid demand zone, that's high probability, I'm looking to go long in the overall direction from the higher chart. This is how I do it. It's very simple and easy, scalping the micros and the standard E-mini contracts every single day. All right, every day. This is how I do it. It works across multiple future contracts just as well. All right, and even if you trade the Forex, works on that as well. So back test this and forward test this yourself. Now, there is a private community for anyone who's interested to where I really go into detail more so about the blueprint, the cornerstone to using the strategy, but I show you real examples of trades that I've taken. Say, for example, if you want to join the Discord, right? There's a Discord. The link is down in the description portion of the video. There's a channel on there titled The Trading Floor. That's where I post my trades, right? But then, to all those who are part of the elite or the ultra elite supporter program, okay, which is very inexpensive. It's a private community where I post my trades and I break them down in detail, walking you through the mindset of what I was thinking for each one of those trades so that you can grasp and understanding what each trade looks like, because some of the setups are going to look different than some of the other setups, right? But I'm walking you through market structure, price action, where to place your stop loss, where to place your profit targets, all in relation to the trades that I actually take. And there's tons of those videos to watch. So you can simply get pad, pen, take notes, back test the strategy yourself. But you also receive my video playlist and a great valuable video covering market structure for all those that want to become the elite and the ultra elite supporters. You may be saying, well, what's the price tag, right? Very inexpensive. I know a lot of you probably have paid hundreds. Some probably have paid thousands for, trading courses or mentorship programs, whatever the case may be. They may not work. I am just offering a simple solution to how I trade, and it's only $6.99 for or become a elite supporter, and then the ultra elite is $14.99. You break that down on a daily basis, that's only like 23 to 24 cents a day, but you're getting so much valuable content and information surrounding personally how I trade. Now, can I guarantee it? No, I can't guarantee anything because everyone's means or style of maybe how they trade or, how they read the actual market. That's the biggest thing I'm telling you right now. Market structure is imperative. That's why I put together that market structure video for the elite and the ultra elite supporters, because you got to be able to read these markets, because without that, you're trading in the dark. Why would you be going bearish against a bullish market or going bullish against a bearish market? Market structure is everything. Master that one concept. That's very important. Again, with the elite supporter membership, you receive all my trade breakdown videos, the video playlist, and a great video surrounding market structure. For all those that choose to become an ultra elite, you receive everything I just mentioned, plus my live recorded trading session videos. That's content that I make, recorded my sessions, and then I post it for the ultra elite supporters to actually watch and review. Again, you can see me take live trade setups within the live recorded sessions. That's video content that's pre-recorded, and then I post it for you guys to actually watch. Okay, and again, take valuable notes on. All right. Again, I can't guarantee anything to anyone out there because, and I will say this now, there is a testimonial section on our Discord. Okay. And there are people who are using the same strategy, passing their challenges and evaluations through prop firms. Some people are trading using their own live capital, because they have their own broker account, like myself. But again, it works. You just got to put the work in. That's the thing about it. That's why I can't guarantee. No one can guarantee anything to anyone, because guess what? It's all about what you put into it. The work you put into it is what you're going to receive out of this. Do you understand structure? Do you understand what's going on at these setups? Are you taking high probability setups, or are you taking low probability setups? I go over things like this, okay? And then there's other things that also people have to really get over too, is that some people suffer from greed, fear, just always feel like they need to be into an actual trade. You have to have some discipline. You've got to put parameters in self-fear place, and that's where you want to come up with a very valid trading plan for yourself. It doesn't have to be complex, but something that's going to be rule-based that you're going to stick to and follow every single day. All right. So if you want to become an elite or an ultra elite supporter and receive all that valuable content, the link is down in the description portion of the video. You'll see it's titled Elite and Ultra Elite Supporter link. Okay. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. If you have not taken the time to subscribe already, please subscribe right now by clicking that sub button. But also make sure to turn your post notifications on. That's clicking the bell as soon as you hit the sub button, because that's going to ensure that you receive every one of the video content or videos that I post when I do post here on the channel. And if you found some value in today's video, please make sure to drop me a like by clicking that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. Take care. And I hope everyone who celebrates the holidays, celebrates Thanksgiving, has a very relaxing time off, and gives thanks and gratitude for the purpose and the reason. Spend time with your families out there. I will definitely, the market's going to be closed tomorrow. Okay, it's a bank holiday. I'm not sure if it's open half day on Friday or not, but I probably would not be trading either. Definitely not tomorrow, and I probably would not be trading Friday. So have a great holiday weekend and a great Thanksgiving tomorrow for all those that celebrate. Okay, take care and see you in the next one.